So this art that I'm making is also self-expression of me, of my experiences with the astral world and with things I have seen and feel, and the art is not the absolute reflection of that, but it's like the dream state where you can see everything, and seeing beyond physical reality is also projected in the art. And for me, it is often that it looks like that out of nothing, out of some different dimension, or that all those beings become alive. And it's just that I'm trying to create that. And this is in the artistic way, so it will never look like exactly as my experiences, but it has something that it is inspired by it. And it is often, for me, it is like that there is no absolute truth as we know, and the art is the reflection of that softness in reality, so to say, so that everything is possible, but some things we just can't perceive. We can't perceive everything. And with art, you can show the world what you see or feel, or make a reflection of what it is. But if you're just talking to people, they will never understand you. And with art, they can understand that they don't understand you, because nobody can explain what you see. And this also, you make a piece of art, and then people just project their own things on it. So I've made art, and people are going all directions with what it meant, and just so different. But it is inspiring if you are really making art from the inside out, and you're really making art from what you want to make and what you feel and what is the right thing for you, then it is unique. It's always unique. And I like that you just have only yourself and your tools, and then you create what you feel in that moment. It's always perfect because it is just what is being born in that moment through the art. And the other time you make maybe something completely different because you just want to make something different. You feel to make something different, use unique style or whatever it is. So it's never the same, and that's what I like about this. And nobody can tell you what is good or not good, because you're an artist. It's not about listening to people. I don't care about that. So some people do care about that, but for me that's not a real self-expression anymore. For me it is more that you want to create something you really like in that moment, and you express that inside feeling in the movements, and then it just happens, like whatever happens. I'm creating a lot of art that I don't even understand sometimes. So it's not that I understand it, but sometimes you just have that feeling of, I now have to make something. Then you just make the most of weird art. It can be beautiful, but you just don't understand why you made it. So it's different for everyone. And I believe that there is no absolute truth in physical reality, and that there's so much more than we can perceive. And there's so much more in the astral world that we can't see, or we can't see everything. And by making art, it is like you can make it more physical so other people can see it. And you can see that people recognize some things about the astral world because they get some feeling inside of themselves and they can't explain what it is, and they can't explain why it is so attractive, the art. But I believe it is because there's some truth in it. And I'm not going to tell anyone what the truth is because I'm also limited in my perception and thinking. I don't believe that any human can know the absolute truth because we just are not capable of that. But we just express ourselves and we grow. That's it. But my personal experience is that there's no absolute truth. There's no one way life works, or how life works, or it can also be different. Something works one time and the next time it doesn't work anymore because things have changed in the unseen world. And if there's another plan for your life, then people just fall away from your life. And if you are going to fight against that, going to fight against people are going away, then you will stop the flow. So the best way to grow is to let them also go, because if you hold on onto things, you are also getting sick, because it is very stressful to try to be with people that doesn't serve any purpose anymore, and actually they have to go for both of people. And then later on, maybe you go back together or not, or you meet new people that resonate or whatever. I actually don't think about it anymore. I just do what I feel, and I see that if I don't have any goal and I just do the things that I want to do, I am the most successful. And sometimes it is with you have to think, and sometimes you just create, and sometimes you don't do anything. Sometimes I don't work out because I feel my body needs rest. Sometimes I work out a lot. And you can see that I'm very fit, so I am also, my physical body is also the representation of working out and eating well, but in an intuitive way, because now I didn't have eaten the whole day, I didn't eat anything, and just because I don't feel it, it's like more, sometimes I'm just fasting, and there's no plan for that. I'm not like, that day I'm going to do that. I just wake up and I feel what's the right thing for me in that moment. And then you can get very fit and very healthy because you work with the body. And the body is not a machine that we can predict. Things can just be different the next day, and if we are going to limit ourselves by thinking about how everything works, then you get injured. You get injuries because if you have a plan for working out and if you feel you actually need rest for your muscles and tissues, but you still keep going, then you will injure yourself. So that happens by a lot of people. And I almost have never an injury. I only had injuries in the past when I didn't listen to my intuition. And that's also in so many aspects of life, that if you don't listen to your intuition, you will burn yourself, because you choose to believe the lies that you're telling yourself, that you believe are real. So That's a part of our free will. We have intuition, we can follow our intuition, but we can also follow the mind control, so we can follow um, fear and beliefs and perceptions of other people. And that can be a good thing if you use it good, because you can see it doesn't work or it doesn't fulfill you. So you can always turn everything positive if you choose to do that, because there are also a lot of people that just want to be a victim. And then they believe that, so they will act on that and they will get stuck. That's their choice. It's always your own choice, actually, how you react to the things. And if you are choosing to be open for intuition and go with the flow in life, even if it is scary and don't know what you're doing, then just magical events happen without thinking about it. So I believe that the new age is actually not good, because that's also based in programming into mind control, because new age thinking is that you are choosing what you are creating, but you don't almost know anything about, you also don't know what is good for you. We just tend to believe that we know it, but we don't know. But I don't believe that is our way to live. But I believe you can have an intention, but you always have to be open that something different can happen because it is better for you. So it's about, you can set intentions and want things, and it can work, but you have to be open for the guidance from the spirit world or from God, how you want to call it. Because we don't know everything. And if you go in a meditation and you are connecting with the higher power, I'm not using any name for it because it's just my experience. I'm sharing my experience. Some people, yeah, I just want to share experiences. So when you are meditating and you are going to connect with God, then you can get a lot of answers that are really, really good, and it will just dissolve all your problems directly, because you get an understanding that's beyond your own knowledge. But when you receive those answers, you just understand it, and then you can let go of so many things. And I had a lot of problems in the past with all my anxiety disorders and panic attacks, and depression and OCD and all kinds of things because of trauma. But it's just dissolved with that intuition. So my intuition guided me, and it helped me so much because it disappeared. But professionals didn't do anything for me. They just told me that I can never heal from it because my trauma is too intense. But that was just all a lie. So, in my experience, this way of healing worked, and the other way didn't work. So for some people, maybe it works. They have a good person to talk to or whatever, and that works. But my experience was different. And I have a lot of experiences with healings through that way that worked. And it can also make you very, very smart if you are connected with intuition, because you can see completely beyond everything. If you read a book, you can learn a lot, but in the meditation, if you receive the answers, you can learn so fast because it is the exact answer that you need. I once wanted to have a book and I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't buy it. That was the thing. I didn't buy it, and then I get that intuitive message to watch a video, a certain video on a specific time, like 47 minutes 21 seconds, for example. That was my intuition telling me to do that, and in that moment, the person, the writer of the book, gave a link to download the book for free. So that's also like I can know that. There's no possible way I knew that, but it was given to me through intuition. And it's not like my experience, you can just know everything, but if you are open, you just receive messages and you get your own experiences with it. And that's my experience. Sometimes I'm also thinking about people have to understand what is real intuition and what isn't, because I don't know, you can also fool yourself into what is your intuition. I hear a lot of people talking about, yeah, this is my intuition, but actually it's just their programming, their subconscious fears. It is not intuition. So you have to have a lot of self-knowledge about what is your own fear, what are your own programmings, and what is intuition. Because often, also when you receive intuition, the intuition is filtered by your own perceptions and belief systems. So you can get a vision, and then you are going to explain what it is, but you don't explain the vision anymore. You explain what you saw through your own lens of programming. And that's why you always have to be open and know yourself. So when you know yourself, you go a lot faster because you don't have to go through the layers of the beliefs. And you always have to be open that you maybe have some blind spots that you don't even know. And that's why inner work is so important, because if you do inner work, you are going to know yourself. And in my experience, there are a lot of people that don't want to do that part, but actually the inner work is the most important part of everything. Because if you don't do that, you can never be open for intuition and other things, because you believe that you know everything, and then you are limited. And inner work is also that if you get the intuition to go in a certain place, into a certain direction, and if that is your intuition telling that, but if you are scared and you are taking action on your fear, then you also will be limited. So it is the mental level is actually everything, because it limits your own self-expression so much. If you care about what other people are thinking of you, or whatever it is. And it's also like limiting yourself if you don't have any focus anymore. It's also mental, because then you're addicted to the dopamine and you have to train that. So it's all from the inside out. The problems are all on the inside. And that's a hard thing, because then you have to take responsibility. And for a lot of people, they don't like that. So there are a lot of people that don't want to do inner work because they want to be a victim and blame the world. But you can do that. Only have to ask yourself if that is really helping you or not. And maybe it is helping you if you can see that it isn't helping you. So, but we all do that, I think, on some part of our life, that we are blaming the world instead of ourselves. So it's pretty normal. It's just, I try to grow every day, do something, and be always conscious about your own inner world. And then everything will fall in its place, but it just doesn't seem like that always. Sometimes it feels like everything is nonsense and life sucks. And then one day you get an insight and everything is beautiful again and good. And sometimes I have even that a little bit of frustration that you feel all those things and you know that it isn't true, but you also know that it's just in your system, so you have to do inner work on it. And I have to be a little bit patient with that, because I want always to do things fast, and yeah, I always want to create things and do things and achieve things, because I like that. And I like to create art, work out, do fun things, reading books and everything. I'm always busy, almost always busy. But I believe that's just my personality. That's not something other people should do, because everyone is unique in that way. And it's just all different for other people. So our biggest influencer should be our intuition, and what is the real answer for us, not what we believe is the answer for us. Because everyone is unique and everyone can have a different perception, a different goal. And you're only really successful if you, in my opinion, if you're really doing what you want to do. Because if you're aligned with your intuition, you will always have a positive impact on the world. Because the source of the intuition is good, and the source of the opposite is not in harmony. So it's just that. This is my experience in this moment. A lot of people are always talking like they know everything, but actually, if you are contemplating about it, we don't know anything. It's like we don't know anything. Nothing is for sure. I don't even know if I'm really painting this painting, and then it sounds weird, but if you are looking at how the brain is working and quantum physica, and that we actually see everything in our visual cortex, and that we can just see like a little bit of the electromagnetic spectrum, it is a question: what is real, what you're seeing, and what isn't, and what is real and what is reality. And then we are also filtering everything through our own perception. So if you are really, really thinking about it, we don't know anything. Maybe there's a different part that knows everything. I believe that. So, and I always think about what is the truth, and sometimes there are so many people arguing about what is the truth. I have also sometimes a thought of that the truth is actually, maybe it is even that everyone is right, that because there's no truth and then everyone can be right. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. My own experience is that there's no absolute truth. And there's a relative truth. So that's my experience at this moment. But there are also a lot of people that believe that there is one truth and everybody should have that truth, and then they are fighting a lot and arguing about it, and that happens all around the world in all kinds of groups, and it's such a big thing to have the right perception. But if you are talking to those people and you are asking them questions, like really deep questions, to also question their own beliefs, you come to the conclusion that we all don't know it. We can't explain it. So if they are giving an answer to the question and you ask, how do you know that? Are you for sure? And you are going deeper and deeper inside the belief system. You see, that's always a belief, and it is not that we really know it. We think we know it. That's completely different. So a lot of people also don't like that because their safety is gone if they know they don't know anything actually. There are even people that I gave lectures in the past about deprogramming, mind control. And if you are going to talk about this and people are seeing through the illusion of their mind and how it is manipulating them, they're going to feel sick. And some people are even going to get scared because you see that we actually don't know anything, and that our perception is not the truth, and that there is maybe no absolute truth. It's just the not knowing, the unknown world or unknown experience that is scaring people. So you see that often people always have to something to hold on to feel safe. And I believe if you let everything go, that you are feeling the most safe. But that's scary. That can be scary. So I have to grow in that, to let go. Because letting go is going to activate so many programming and fear, and because you're so programmed into having safety in the outside world, and people are seeing it more and more that we lie to ourselves so much. So yeah, I'm going to quit this video and keep painting a little bit, and then I'm going to eat because I didn't eat the whole day. And then I will see what I'm going to do more this day. I like to live like this. Some days I'm just doing whatever I want. and some days I have a plan. And maybe it will change in the future, I don't know. I also don't believe that there's a way for success. Like you see online, you have to do this and this for success, and that they try to sell you a course. But if you are going to observe the real world, like what is happening, you see that there are all kinds of ways to success. And there are a lot of people that work hard for success and do everything, and then you also have people that almost didn't do anything. And you have people that think a lot to get to their success and make plans, and then you have people that just use their intuition, and then you have people with a lot of struggle, and you have people that have it easy, and there's it goes so many ways. But if you are in one bubble and you believe that that is the truth, you are not open for the other bubble. And what also happens is that you are going to resonate with the people that are on the same level. So then you don't see the other side. And if you are on an event and you are meeting people, it's often because of that they are resonating with you on some sort of thing. But if you are not conscious about that, then maybe your belief system will get stronger, even if it is a limitation, because those people feel familiar to you, and then you are talking with them and they will project also that belief system, and then you are believe it even more. So I think that it is a good thing to be open for different perceptions, because everything is possible, but you have to be open to it, otherwise you are limiting yourself. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.